Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesday Night Pro Scrims with Revan and Benson. And Benson, we got quite the show today. Team EnVy going up against Team Kaliber. Also, keep in mind, the winner gets 500 pro points per player.
EnVy lineup. What can I say? It's the first time I actually get to see Karma playing under the EnVy lineup. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in. A lot of people saying how they didn't think he was going to be the right fit for EnVy. But personally, I think he seems to be playing relatively well recently. And also, I saw on Twitter, I believe Karma and Rambo are actually lining it up right now.
Oh, really? That's sick.
Yeah.
The Dose A combo, as Proofy and JCap are Dose J. The Canadians are Dose A. But Team Kaliber, they just won our 2,000-point series on Game Battles. Yes. They took out Team Ignite in the finals. So this is certainly not a team that should be taken lightly. And Benson, I'm predicting this to go all the way to map number 9.
Really? All the way?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's gonna be a long night of Call of Duty action, and I like that. That should be good fun. But I don't know. TK, they look strong. We've seen them on Pro Scrims before, and they were very dominant. But this EnVy lineup, I mean, they've had a few bad tournaments. Let's be honest. A few back-to-back, bit concerning results, but they just seem dominant. And I think they're the sort of team that can really just turn it on at any time. And you're adding Karma to that lineup, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to go all the way to the last map. Personally, I see EnVy taking it.
Okay.
I can't see it going all the way to the last map, though. I think EnVy are just going to be too strong tonight.
Well, it's like Envious. They're the team that got second at the Call of Duty Championships, and then they kind of had a fall from grace. They had a disappointing Anaheim placement, disappointing Gfinity event, which prompted the roster change. Stainville no longer on the competitive team, and now they have Karma. He's widely regarded as one of the best players, if not the best player in the game. So we're going to see how the change affects Team EnVy's gameplay, but I'm ready to kick off the first map. Looks like all the players are ready as well, and it's going to be Raid Hardpoint for the first one in the series.
I love Raid Hardpoint. Really excited to watch it. I know, right? Everyone loves that map, Revan. Everybody loves it. And
that's why I start off every series with some Raid Hardpoint.
I've wondered, because there's been a reoccurring theme there. Every single Pro Scrim seems to start with that, but fair enough. I'm excited to see how EnVy are going to change up their strats as well. Last time I saw them was obviously going to be Gfinity, adding into Karma. Like I said, I'm just really excited to see how he's going to fit into this team and how they've adapted their strats around Karma.
Well, my one question about Karma, in fact, let's start on board with him from the EnVy squad, is, obviously he could pick up a lot of kills in the game, but really EnVy, I felt like they weren't really lacking in terms of the total slang department. If wrong, we could get some game sound to kick off this first map. But it was really the objective work that I feel like EnVy needed some help in, because really it was only Rambo that was getting in the side of the hardpoint. Proofy, JCap, they were picking up the kills alongside Stainville, but now they got Karma. He's ending out with some submachine gun work, and he's kicking things off. Top laundry, nice shot, picks up Sharp, but current control of the hardpoint is in the hands of Team Kaliber.
Yeah, Team Kaliber done really well just to gain that initial control, and they're still actually on that hill. EnVy just surrounding it, not actually getting any time on it at all. Now you're going to see Karma actually push for it. He recognizes that TK are dangerously getting close to taking every single second, and Neslo with a nice little Semtex there, shutting down 2. Goonjar's going to help him out as well. He's going to take down Rambo, and although EnVy control the spawns really well on that hill, they got 0 seconds of time, Revan, and that's going to be a little bit concerning for them. Yeah,
not a good start so far from the EnVy squad. And take a look at Goonjar. He's on a 4 kill spree. So close to getting some of his scores, but he's eventually cleaned up. I want to go on board with Neslo. He was one of the best players on Team Kaliber during the 2000 series. I'm going to stay on board with him through the respawn, but take a look at his perk setup. No flak jacket, which is going to be tough if he wants to get inside the hard points, since the other team are going to be throwing grenades at you.
Oh, absolutely, and you see exactly there, tries to jump in, and all the nades that you can see on your screen being thrown into that hard point, not using flat jacket has its pros and benefits. Meanwhile, you just saw something crazy go down?
Yeah, Sharp got a really nice kill on the Proofy. That's going to give even more time to Team Kaliber here. And take a look at the EnVy spawns. They're spawning in the back, but once again, a lack of hardpoint time for EnVy. I'm on board with Proofy now, as he's on a 2 kill streak, but it's about that time, Benson. The teams are going to be rotating all the way back towards the garage hardpoint, which is where we see teams really go away with the game. They start to build up a lot of points and maybe even build themselves a lead there, but definitely one of the most important hardpoints on this map.
You can see on that minimap the orange and blue arrows all rotating, trying to get control over the next hill. And it's actually going to be Proofy who's going to be the winner of that fight. And EnVy should have control, but there is going to be one TK player. It's actually going to be Sharp. He unfortunately could not manage to pick up that kill. And I believe Proofy's actually got some streaks going on at the minute. Has his Hellstorm working towards the lightning strike now. If you're Proofy here and you're sat next to those two And Lambos, you don't really want to be standing there too long because one grenade's going to shut him down. Unfortunately, did manage to pick up his Lightning Strike. Couldn't pick up the War Machine there, though. And EnVy are coming back into this game.
All right, on board with JCap. He's in the hard point. Lambos blow up, not a problem. He's got flakjacking on, but he's the only Team EnVyUs member inside the hard point at this current time. Now we see Proofy making his way there. Sharp trying to contest, but he's eventually cleaned up. And take a look at the scoreboard, Benson. Off of one hard point, EnVyUs, they are right back in the game. In fact, they're going to take the lead here as Team Kaliber, they've rotated back to the basketball hard point, and I really like that rotation. It's always a smart play to rotate. It doesn't matter how much time is left on the current hard point. You just got to make sure that you don't feed the opponent's score streaks. But Proofy, he's already got them, and he's inside the hard point trying to get the rest of this scrappy time. But Team Kaliber, they got a pretty good setup going on this next hard point over near the basketball court.
Yeah, this is going to be so tough now for EnVy to try and break because you can see just how well TK have actually managed to set up. I'm going to switch it on board with Karma, who's actually going to be the furthest pushed EnVy player. He's actually trying to get control of this jungle. Proofy's going to drop the Lightning Strike. That's going to take down 3. Sharp's going to be left all by himself to try and defend. Does shut down Rambo, though, and he has the hard point contested. There's the second from Sharp. For a minute there, I thought he was going to make some incredible play, but it wasn't to be. Right now, Proofy's actually very close to overlapping his streaks. He's going to get shut down as well, but EnVy's still with control of the hill ribbon.
Rambo in the hard point, close to getting his Hellstorm missile. He picks up one kill, but gets cleaned up. I think he did get a Hellstorm missile. No Lightning Strike, though. In the meantime, we saw Gunjar break the hard point. JCap follows up with some kills as EnVyUs, they retake control, and they have the lead here, Benson, with 20 seconds remaining. Team Kaliber, it looks like they're going to send one more player. It's going to be Theory on the other side of this wall trying to contest, but Rambo, he's all over it. He's eventually going to get cleaned up. JCap's going to get the scrappy time, but we're moving to the middle square now, Benson, and this one, it's going to be chaos.
It just shows you, after those first 2 hard points, EnVy really far down. They hadn't really got much hill time, and then all of a sudden now, on the last hill of the cycle, EnVy are up nearly 40 points. Yeah. They've done so well to come back, controlling the spawns when they needed to do. And watch out for Rambo here. See him doing a bit of a sneaky play, decided not to go through Zig, giving his teammates a decent spawn ready for the next hill, and also allowing his teammates to just flood that hill. And they now have control of it as well. And Rambo is just playing fantastic for Team EnVy right now.
Oh, wow, he just got cleaned up, but no worries. Proofy's alive. He picks up 2. Karma now moving in for some cleanup kills. And the hard point, it's going to stay in EnVyUs control. And what they're doing great right here is they have 3 assault rifles. And they're Proofy gets the 3-piece. We're going on board with him. But as I was saying, is the assault rifle players from EnVyUs, they're setting up around this square hard point. And Team Kaliber, they're having a very tough time breaking through the setup. Now they just do that. Theory eventually falls with Sharp inside the hard point, and there's only 10 seconds left, and EnVyUs, I think they're rather happy giving up the scrappy time and getting control of the next hard point early on.
Yeah, you can see Karma and JCap just making sure they have control of the spawns. They do not want to allow any TK players to just steal that spawn from them, and that's exactly why they took that so calmly and just took their time making sure they did control the spawns, and now they have control of the hill as well. Let's not forget, Revan, on the first hill, it was EnVy that got pretty much 0 seconds.
Yeah, they didn't get a point.
Time. And now it's looking like they're going to have great control over this hill. They've set up perfectly. They rotated in time. And you've got Karma, who is just on a rampage right now. And this is why he's widely considered as one of the best players on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 right now. He's on a 5 streak. Make that 6. Picking up his lightning. Picking up his health.
Oh! No!
My God. In goes Rambo, though, and he actually killed his teammate there. That was actually Rambo that finally took Karma down. But still, this EnVy team right now, they are looking hot.
Also, they did a great job holding control to the hardpoint. Rambo, he had a Hellstorm missile, didn't have to use it because they really never lost control of that middle hardpoint. Now him and Proofy are already in the kitchen side, and look at the minimap. Team Kaliber, they're going to make a decent push to the laundry. Here comes that Hellstorm missile from, it looks like it was Karma. No, that was JCap calling his in. So he's going to pick up one off the rotation. Now Rambo, he's got to do some work. He needs to stay alive in this back area because there are two players from Team Kaliber actually going to be Sharp inside the hardpoint. And Sharp, he's got his own score streaks, Benson.
Yep, so many streaks right now in this game. 3 players from EnVy have them, and a fair few from TK, I believe, unless they were used. I know Sharp, he's fully streaked out, and Gunjar, no, Gunjar doesn't actually have any, so it's only going to be left to Sharp to try and control those streaks, and he's actually using that War Machine right now on this kitchen hill, spamming it in, not getting any hit markers inside, though, and they are losing that time. It's EnVy with control, finally does get broken. Nice plays coming from TK, just flooding that hill, and Sharp is just a man on a mission.
Wow, JCap. JCap on a 5 kill spree with the War Machine. He regains his Hellstorm missile, also has the Lightning Strike and Hellstorm to call, and he might double up on the War Machine here, Benson. He's on fire, his M8, one of the best in the games, and now we're going back to the garage hardpoint. We're going to see if he decides to use his War Machine to break this. Could even use a Lightning Strike, but there is a lot of cover around the area, but there's that one small window on the top of the garage. It will kill the player if they are behind the Lambos.
EnVy do have a lead though. It's 176 to 130. Now they know they could theoretically give away, 50 seconds on this background hill. I mean, it wouldn't be ideal, don't get me wrong, but they have all those streaks. I mean, Basketball Hill is so open, and obviously going on to that central hill, it's going to be the last hill of the game. They can easily win the game with streaks on those 2 last hills. So this hill isn't crucial. I would expect personally to see EnVy rotate really soon because they know how important that next hill is going to be.
Yeah, Sharp spawned right in front of JCap, was able to pick up the kill nonetheless. Now it's going to be Theory inside the hardpoint for Team Kaliber, but here comes Karma, eventually cleaned up, and they're going to use a Hellstorm missile to try to fend off EnVy. And Team Kaliber, they're right back in this game. It's only a 20-point deficit for them, but they got to break this hill and try to get the rest of this scrapping time. I'm on board with Sharp as he's trying to do just that. Runs into the hill, but Rambo's there to stop him, and EnVyUs, they're doing a good job getting the scrapping time. And look at the mini-map, Benson. Team Kaliber, they're rotating all the way to the basketball courts. If they're able to hold on to this for 40, maybe 50 seconds, they're going to be right back in the game.
But EnVy, they're rotating as well, so this is going to be a battle of the rotation. Who's going to get there first? I'd expect to see some streaks. There we go. There comes the Hellstorm missile. That's going to try and shut down Goonjar, who was on that hill. He has actually gone down, but that's due to JCap and that War Machine.
That was sick play from EnVy.
JCap's so good with that.
He knew that since Rambo, I think it was Rambo calling in that Hellstorm missile, it forced all the players inside the ballroom. JCap's, well, I got a War Machine. You guys are all bunched up here. I'm just going to go ahead and release all these grenades at you. And he's using it again, pre-firing the bottom of the stairs, contested, but not for long as Rambo's able to clean up the kills. Hellstorm missile coming in, trying to clean up even more players off spawn. And EnVy, they're just running away with this. I'm going to take a look at our scoreboard. Karma, he's 36 and 24 with some defense. Rambo, 28 and 20 with 11 defense. JCap, 28 and 13, 32 and 21 for Proofy. They're just going off in the slaying department, Benson.
They have just slayed everything. And look at Goonjar, 18 and 30. How many times do you ever see Goonjar going 18 and 30 in a game of hardpoint? He's so strong, such a dominant player. But it just shows you EnVy on this slaying department today, they are not messing around, and they have dominated this first map of hardpoint raid.
Yeah, an anchor player is doing well when he only has 13 deaths. JCap just gone off right now as EnVy, they convincingly win that first map. I mean, after that first hardpoint, they didn't even have a point, Benson. Not one single point to their name, but making it count in the garage and the basketball hardpoints they were able to climb back. And guys, I got to remind you, today we're going to be very interactive with Twitter. So make sure you tweet at us. I'm at RevanJB. He's at BensonUnderU. Use the hashtag MLG. We're going to be using some Twitter polls tonight. And our first question is, who do you think is going to win this overall pro scrim? Make sure you tweet your answer. I believe hashtag Team Kaliber or hashtag Team EnVyUs, along with at MLG to make sure that your tweet counts, and it'll go right to our poll. Hashtag MLG, right? Yep, so Ron just reminding me, always have hashtag MLG to your tweet, so that way it'll show up on the poll. If you don't have hashtag MLG, it's like your tweet never happened. But Team EnVyUs, they dominate that first map raid hardpoint. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we return, map number 2, MLG Pro Scrims between Team EnVyUs and Team Kaliber.